Narcissistic people simply don't like taking responsibility for their behaviour. And one way they do this is by making you appear to be the unreasonable one, the petty one, the difficult one, the challenging one, the one that nobody can get along with. And they create scenarios that causes that frustration and that resentment within you, where you do actually want to strike back. And when you do, they play the victim, how you're the one that's been oh so mean and terrible and not caring. Narcissistic people know how to push people's buttons and bring the worst out in those around them, and they fail to take responsibility. They will be at their worst and make you look bad. A narcissist will go all out to distort the truth. They'll fabricate their version of events to suit their narrative. So, for example, they might just not want you in their home for whatever reason, yet they'll claim that it's to help your mother out, help your father out in some way. Yet they expect and feel entitled to just walk into your home, and as soon as you create that boundary and say it's not one rule for you and a different rule for me, we're not going there, they get offended. Or my children don't have time for me. My children won't even allow me to come round to the house. They will not loan you their things. So you might have an issue and your car is in the garage and you ask to borrow theirs, and they're a flat out no. They need it for something trivial. They don't even need it for something important. You need it to get yourself to work. So you make other arrangements, that's fine, no worries, and you go and sort yourself out. And then all of a sudden, a few weeks later, they want your car for something. And you think, hang on a minute, no. And then they get offended. After all I've done for you, I can't believe that you won't loan me this one little thing. And then they go all out playing the victim with those around them. However, if they want to borrow your car to simply go and play some sports, which is important, but you need your car to get to work, and you might give them so many different avenues to explore, such as, well, I'll drop you off at the bus stop, I'll drop you off at the train station, I'll drop you off there, go to work and pick you up. But nothing's good enough. They want your car. And when you stand your ground, they turn around and say, well, don't ever expect anything from me. They will go all out to publicly humiliate you and shame you and smear your name in any way they can to make you look like the problem. Yet behind the scenes, they're doing so many things to you that just makes you want to just, no, not doing this anymore. And then they get offended. Oh, they won't even help me out with this anymore. They use so many different emotional manipulation mind games so that you feel guilty if you don't live life on their terms. And as soon as you stand your ground, they play the victim. They use projection, so they go all out to accuse you of being jealous and awkward and bitter and stubborn. Prime example is when it comes to taking responsibility for their own children. There are plenty of parents who will work together and come to an amicable agreement so both parents can afford to live and both parents can support their children. A narcissist believes that they don't need to pay a penny for their children. That's all the other parents' responsibility, not theirs. And they go all out to make the other parent appear petty rather than taking financial responsibility. And they will go all out to gaslight people, to appear like the innocent victim, to confuse people so that they can get away with their behaviour. And they go all out to twist conversations to suit their narrative so that they can make out that everybody else is being petty and they're the one who's just trying to get along and do the right thing.